Hi, this is Marty with White Rock Custom Homes. Today, what we're going to do is start in on a project that we're going to do for a residence down in Lake Jackson. What we're going to do, we're doing some accent walls in Shou Sugi Ban. What we also have to do too is, because of what we're going to do and the type of wood we're going to use for the Shou Sugi Ban, we're going to use cedar, but the only cedar that we can find locally has a beveled edge, a V-groove, tongue and groove. So we're actually making our own tongue and groove straight butt joint so that when the wood butts together, we're going to get a nice straight finish on it. Now, Shou Sugi Ban, what that is, that's a Japanese way of sealing wood. It's ancient. Technically what it is just, or intechnically, is taking and burning the wood. Now, there's different varieties and ways of doing it, brushing it, etc. But what we're going to do, we're going to make a sample now of what we're going to put up on the walls, and we're going to char it completely and then leave it charred. So what we're going to do is to just start burning this with a torch. Now, later on, we're going to use a much bigger torch on how much wood that we're going to have to do for this project. We've got a torch that hooks onto a larger propane tank that we use for field burning and drying concrete with. So we're going to char this up pretty good. Okay, yesterday we were burning the wood, as we saw in the other video, and we got done and we took it over to our customer, got everything okay. Now what we're going to do is once we burn the wood, it still is going to be charcoaly. What we found is the best thing that we can use, especially outside, is a spar urethane. We're using it in a spray can right now just to do our tests and samples, but it by far is the best as far as being a spar varnish for outside. We're using a satin because we don't want a real shiny effect to it. We want the dullness in the black to blend in. Now, what we've got to do now is we're going to be cutting our tongue and groove because we can't find the straight 4-inch wood in cedar in tongue and groove. So we're going to start cutting our own tongue and groove. So let me show you over here on the machine how we've got that set up on our router table. Into the jig. Okay, what we're doing on this project, we have 80 boards that we had to cut out. Now we're going to move on over to the project and take it over there to where we're going to burn all 80 boards, before we put it up on the side of the house.
Okay, we're out here on job site now. We started doing some burns on the 3-inch cedar board, and what we found was the bigger burner worked better. You have to be real careful with the cedar because it wants to catch on fire real easy. But this is how we're doing it. Okay, now that we've got at least half of it charred and burned, we're going to put on, with the airless, a coat of spar varnish and a satin finish. Okay, now we're going to let that dry, and then when it does, we'll restack it, and then we'll start putting it on the side of the house.
Now that we've got all of our wood burned and put up on the side of the house, let me show you what our project did. We were trying to accent around the front door of the home because it was all metal siding around on the house, and we wanted to really make the front door area pop out. So that's why we used the Shou Sugi Ban, and it looks excellent. It looks very nice around the black accent, the iron door, and the metal siding on the house. We have done this on a few projects. I've got another project that we're doing on a remodel that we're going to add the Shou Sugi Ban into too. So I hope you liked our little project here, and if you learned something, we'll show you our next project next time through.